Hi, I'm Loay Elbasyouni. As many probably know, my mission from Gaza to Mars, or Gaza to NASA. I was part of the Mars helicopter team. I was electrical and power electronic lead. Worked on the Mars helicopter, as known as Ingenuity. So Ingenuity, NASA Mars helicopter, which is currently on Mars. As of right now, I mean, it just achieved its 12th mission, or 12th flight, which is practically flew about 465 meter and 169 second, which is far exceed all original expectation in terms of performance and in terms of goals. What is really the Mars helicopter, and why it is such an important thing to, I mean, humanity as a whole, and flight aviation and space science. As of now, I mean, the helicopter team and the helicopter have won many awards, many prestigious awards, for actually accomplishing its mission. So I mean, the original mission was, to actually study the feasibility of flying on Mars. I mean, can you really fly on Mars? So we had to design a helicopter. We spent quite a big time working on this. It took about 7 years. The idea itself, it was almost like mission impossible, because nobody ever flown in Mars or in any other planet for that matter. And this is really big historical moment. Since the time of the Wright brother in 1903, that first flight on Earth. This is practically another point in history. So we had to do a lot of things to actually be able to succeed, and be actually able to meet our goal. Our original goal was actually only to demonstrate flights, which basically was met in the first 3 flights. A lot of people doubted that we would succeed. A lot of people were joking about it, even including some people, probably even expert in the field. But none of that stuff actually stop us. We cannot let things around us stop us from achieving our goals and metrics. So now, the helicopter achieved its first flight, which is basically considered historical days, on April 19th of 2021. The flight took, the helicopter getting from Earth to Mars took about 7 months, and before that, we worked many years. The idea started floating around 2012, so it took quite a bit of long time. I was part of the design team. I designed the motor controller and the servo control, which basically controlled the propulsion, which create lift. So why is it really difficult to fly on Mars? Do we even need to fly on Mars? Flying on Mars actually is near impossible, because you have only 1% of the air density on Earth at sea level, which make it really difficult to kind of create lift, because you need air to be able to lift. That's why it's called a helicopter. So that's really was very challenging. So we had to come through a lot of challenges to actually be able to meet the thing, and a lot of it came out to study how we can design something super lightweight. Had to be the helicopter is about 1.2 meter wingspan. The prop, the width of the prop. So how can you design something like that and still weigh 1.5 kilograms? So the original goal was hey, we need to design this to be super lightweight. And so we had to come up with a lot of ways, studying, all of that got divided to the system and came out to my electrical system, and had to meet up certain things, and how can you design a motor really lightweight. So that was really challenging, So, on the day of the successful flight, I was watching at 3 a.m. and I'm it's I don't know, say praying, or you're just waiting for the data, so stressed out, trying to because it's, all the work you could have done, it could have failed in a second. But to me, I did a huge achievement. I do have a piece of hardware. I have a motor controller sitting on Mars. So by flying, only just if it lifted 1 meter off the ground, that's success. Because that's basically historic. We just you get into the history book. So we succeeded. And after that, we met all the goals in the first 3 flights, and the expectation. I mean, you know, we overachieved by actually the helicopter was able to fly, you know, 9 more flights and achieving a much further distance. I mean, the last flight about 465 meters, 169 seconds, even above all design parameters we have designed it for. So I mean, it's really, you know, a lot of pride to be part of such a thing. I mean, part of like, you know, such an accomplishment. I mean, you know, this is gonna open the future to us. What can we really do? What can we fly? What is the next mission to Mars? I mean, are we gonna send a rover? Why a helicopter? I mean, a helicopter, I mean, you know, when you fly, you can cross a lot more distance. I mean, the helicopter already flew, like, you know, path more areas than actually the rover have already accomplished. So, you know, so I mean, so like, you know, you can go over the valleys, you can go up to the hills, you know, you can see, I mean, we already got some pictures back, because I mean, from all these extra missions, you know, I mean, the pictures of the, you know, sand, like, almost look like sand dunes in the bottom of the valley, which is an area like probably like the rover could not drive in. Also, like, a lot of this data actually prove all the theoretical study we did on Earth, all the, you know, like the physics and the math and the other calculation we have done, because all of it was basically theoretical. So a lot of that could translate into building helicopters or other flight at very high altitude on Earth. So I mean, that's another really important factor. So, I mean, who is Loay Elbasyouni? So, I mean, I'm from Gaza. I mean, my parents both born in Gaza, Palestine. And, you know, I mean, I born in Germany, which is, you know, a lot of people think it's like a, you know, you're kind of lucky to be Palestinian born in Germany, but I really didn't get any advantages, because at the age of 5.5, I mean, my dad, you know, moved to Palestine, and then he couldn't really leave, and we got stuck, so I had to really grow up in Gaza. And, you know, it was not really easy, because I mean, you know, I don't know how much you know about Gaza and Palestine. I mean, it's a pretty difficult area. I mean, I grew up as a refugee. I mean, I went to like United Nations refugee school, and you know, but like, you know, I grew up through the first Intifada, which is the first uprising, where like the Palestinians rose up, you know, against the occupation. And at the time, there was like, you know, we had a lot of strike days, we had curfews, we had a lot of difficult time to attend class. I mean, I had to study at home. You know, you had to really believe in a lot of different things. You know, like you have to like, I mean, like I wouldn't allow these things to stop me. And, you know, I always followed my passion. You know, designing stuff. I mean, I used to like play with a lot of different things like radios and buy things from the second market, change them. You know, like try to start a company. I mean, I tried to start several different companies. You know, I even had, you know, started up with my own photography business at one point. I used to fix electronics. I mean, you know, I made a bunch of art pieces. You know, tried to sell clocks. I mean, but at the same time, it's like I was trying to do innovation and do business in the same time. And like, you know, I didn't really like let the surrounding affect me, like from people, from, you know, like from the environment, to like say I don't really have opportunity and just give up. So you have to always continue. And from that, like, I kind of moved on, you know, like once I finished my, you know, high school or post-secondary school, you know, like I studied English, and I applied to a lot of universities in the United States, trying to like, you know, get better education, you know, followed my dad's footsteps. I mean, my dad is really my biggest inspiration, because I mean, he struggled a lot to actually become one of the best surgeons in Germany, one of the best surgeons in Palestine. And so, you know, so that really like kind of helped me a lot. And at the same time, I had a lot of respect for my dad, so I kind of wanted to do the same thing. And I came to the United States. I was like, I figured, you know, I can study engineering, become innovative, start my own company. I mean, I tried a few times. You know, so I worked, you know, so that actually, my journey was not really just easy from then on. So I mean, I got my US visa and I came to the US, and I discovered how expensive it is. So I had to work. I mean, I used to work 90 hours a week, you know, on average, you know, go to college. At some point, like my dad used to help me with the tuition. I could not afford, you know, the university anymore, so I had to really drop out. You know, and I was like, you know, I was working like 3 jobs trying to save money so I can go back to the university. And luckily I was able, like, you know, a year later, actually go back to the university. At one point, I thought I would never graduate. I mean, I was even thinking to just open a pizza place or do something else. But, you know, at the same time, I was like, you know, I promised my dad to finish my education. And really, I let, my passion, the passion was really like a lot of time support you. Your love for your dad, for your, like my love for my career, my love for like technology kind of pushed me. And I transferred to University of Louisville at the time, and I studied really hard, and I got, scholarship, helped me out with the tuition, and then I got another scholarship, while I was working, and then I got a scholarship to actually finish my master's degree. And from that, it's like still not easy because, you are, in a foreign country, and a lot of people have misunderstanding, like what's a Palestinian or what's an Arab. And so even in college, when I was delivering pizza, I had like, after 9/11, the situation got really bad. I had people attack me, while I was delivering pizza. So it wasn't really easy, even with like working all the time. But like I wouldn't let anything stop me, so I continued. And after that, I really wanted to work on something that I have passion for. I loved the environment. I loved, so that kind of motivated me. I was like, hey, I don't really believe so much in politics, but I think, the real change comes from engineering, by working on yourself, like be the change you want to see in the world. I really believed in that, Gandhi said it, but so I wanted to actually help the world by, like working on alternative energy, like electric cars, So I started my career working in a lot of startup electric car companies that actually most of them failed. And, I worked on wind energy, and then after that I actually got into like working on electric airplane, and that's what actually got me that, the company designed electric airplanes and, drones. They actually ended up working with NASA to design the helicopter, and I was, was one of, I was the main lead power electronic engineer at the time, and I was like selected to work on the helicopter. So, and from that, that's like, be like achieved so many, you achieve accomplishment, like be part of such a great team. It's so exciting, and you just, have to really always follow my passion. So what would I say, like, like people like in my situation? One, I always, recommend people to be in an area that they love, because, a lot of time the love and passion is going to help you when the time you like fall down. Like also accept, you have to really accept the challenge and accept not everything is easy. And sometimes, like you just have to work harder, to achieve your goal. And from there, I would say, and I can never give up. There's nothing is impossible. Anything can be achieved with passion, love, and dedication. And that's really what I have done. And that's what got me to where I am today.